Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Sian and today I've got for you my summer to be read. I hit a massive reading blip in March and April due to just my mental state, which was really not very good, which is why I haven't uploaded videos for the last, I think probably 2 weeks. Maybe it's not quite 2 weeks, but that's why I haven't been in the best place. But I'm feeling a lot brighter now, and I thought I'd share with you the books I'm going to read this summer, hopefully. I am definitely back into reading. I'm on my 5th book for May, so I feel a lot more happy, a lot more confident, and I'm finding I have more time, or I can make more time to do the reading. So the first book is one I've had on my wanted list for ages, and one thing that has really touched me in the last kind of 4 weeks is that people have been buying me things from an Amazon wish list, which is just, you know, I find that just insane that people would do that. And this has been on my wish list for, well, probably at least a year, and someone bought it for me, and that was the lovely Steph, and I'm so excited to read it. It's The Night Tiger by Yangtze Chu, and this is a book I've heard so many good things about. On the back it says, in 1930s Malaya, 11-year-old houseboy Ren has a secret mission to find his dead master's severed finger and reunite with its body. Ren has 49 days, or else his master's soul will roam the earth forever. Yi Lin, an apprentice dressmaker, moonlights as a dance hall girl to pay her mother's debts. One night, Yi Lin's dance partner leaves her with a gruesome souvenir that leads her on a dark trail. As time runs out for Ren's mission, a series of unexplained deaths occur amid rumours of tigers who turn into men. In their journey to keep a promise and discover the truth, Ren and Yilin's paths will cross in ways they will never forget. I've heard so many good things about this. This was one of Reese Witherspoon's Sunshine Book Clubs, and I love her books. Or like the books that she chooses, because they always have a really strong female lead. They're generally written by women, and she has normally kind of decided that she's going to turn them into something amazing on TV. So I'm excited to read this one. The next one I've seen a bit of hype about recently, and that is A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. And this my husband got a few years ago from my mum, I think, and he's had it on his red pile over on his side of the bed, which I went through that the other day and have found a load of books to read, because as I've said in previous videos, I've been struggling to get books because I'm doing a no-buy year, or trying to do a no-buy year, and the libraries have shut obviously, so I haven't been able to get books. Obviously there are books behind me, and obviously there are books around the house that I want to read, so I just went through a few random piles and things as well to get these. So this says, on 21st of June 1922, Count Alexander Rostov, recipient of the Order of St. Andrew, member of the Jockey Club, master of the hunt, is escorted out of the Kremlin, across Red Square and through the elegant revolving doors of the Hotel Metropole. Deemed an unrepentant aristocrat by a Bolshevik tribunal, the Count has been sentenced to house arrest indefinitely. But instead of his usual suite, he must now live in an attic room while Russia undergoes decades of tumultuous upheaval. Can a life without luxury be the richest of all? I've heard a lot about this book again, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. I have seen Mostly Yummy, I don't know if you know of her, but she is on Instagram, and a blogger who kind of started at the same sort of time as me. She's just read this, and I always like her book recommendations. I think that she enjoys the same types of books as me, so I think I'm going to enjoy this one too. Next up is another one that's been read by loads of people, Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield, and this is another one that was on my Amazon wish list. I think it was my sister who got me this one, which is really nice of her. And again, this is one that has been all over Instagram, all over BookTube, all over the place really, and I'm excited to read it. It's another kind of thrilling book. On the back it says, it was the longest night of the year when the strangest of things happened. In an ancient inn on the Thames, the regulars are entertaining themselves by telling stories when the door bursts open and in steps an injured stranger. In his arms is the drowned corpse of a child. Hours later, the dead girl stirs, takes a breath, and returns to life. Is it a miracle? Is it magic? And who does the little girl belong to? An exquisitely crafted, multi-layered mystery brimming with storytelling and the urgent scientific curiosity of the Darwinian age. Once Upon a River is as richly atmospheric as Setterfield's bestseller, The 13th Tale. Again, it sounds really interesting. I haven't read The 13th Tale actually, so maybe that's another one to add to my Amazon wishlist, which is, always has books on. There's always things on there that I'm like, yeah, one day I'll get that. Or I put them on there and then get them from the library. That tends to be what I do. That's another one. The fourth one is another from my husband's read pile, and that is Solar Bones. And again, another book I've heard loads of things about. On the back it says, Marcus Conway has come a long way to stand in the kitchen of his home and remember the rhythms and routines of his life, considering with his engineer's mind how things are constructed, bridges, banking systems, marriages, and how they come apart. Mike McCormack captures with tenderness and feeling in continuous flowing prose a whole life suspended in a single hour. Now that really does sound interesting. I am not very good at continuous prose. I like chapters. I like endings of chapters, because for me, I like to read to the end of a chapter obviously and stop there when I'm reading, and I find continuous prose really hard to put down, which is obviously great. But I do also find it sometimes it's a bit overwhelming, so hopefully I will enjoy that one. Next up is The Sympathizer by Viet Thanh Nguyen. I really don't think I said that right. Sorry. And this is the winner of the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. The Sympathizer is a blistering exploration of identity, politics, and America, wrought in electric prose. The narrator, a Vietnamese army captain, is a man of divided loyalties. A half-French, half-Vietnamese communist sleeper agent in America after the end of the Vietnam War. A powerful story of love and friendship, and a gripping espionage novel. The Sympathizer examines the legacy of the Vietnam War in literature, film, and the wars we fight today. Again, I think this is going to be a really powerful book. It's going to be hard to read at times, but I think it's going to be one that I really can get my teeth into and will enjoy reading. There are three more. The next one is The Toll by Neal Shusterman. This is the third and final book in the trilogy of The Scythe, and I have kind of put off reading it because I don't want to read it, as in I really want to read it, but I just know that as soon as I read it, it will be over. And I know I say this a lot about books, and that's why I haven't read the next in the Philip Pullman series, because I just don't want to have finished it. So The Toll is the next one up, and it says, everything has changed in the world of scythes. Citra and Rowan have disappeared. The floating city of Endura is gone. It looks like nothing else stands between Scythe Goddard and absolute power. Now that the Thunderhead is silent, the question remains, is there anyone left who can stop him? The answer lies in the tone, the toll, and the thunder. Oh, can't wait to read it, and yet I can wait all at the same time. The next one is I Hate the Internet by Jarrett Kobuk, and this says on the back, what if you lived in a world fueled by outrage? San Francisco, 2013. Tech companies extract advertising revenue from online abuse, misogyny and racism. Billions of tweets fuel the city's gentrification. And Adeline, a woman in a society that hates women, an artist in a culture where profit is everything, is caught in the middle of it all. Tracking the human casualties of the digital boom, I Hate the Internet is a hilarious, furious, grotesque satire of life among the victims of the internet age. The blurb reminds me a little bit of a John Ronston book, which is all about him having an internet troll who claimed to be him. So I'd like to see how the two of those cross, but this sounds funny and like quite light-hearted reading, but with a very powerful message underneath. And the final book, this is a children's book. My sister sent it for my children, and I'm going to read it because I've quite got into reading the books that they read before they get them. This is The Defiant by M. Quint, and it says, whoop, there's a bookmark there, on a field trip to see famed privateer Francisco Vanetta's once sunken ship, The Defiant, 6 kids from San Francisco's Greenlee School, a last chance refuge for orphans, troublemakers and misfits, find themselves stranded at the centre of a storm unlike any other. By the time the clouds have cleared and the strange pink flashes have faded from the sky, the Defiant is out on the open sea, San Francisco ablaze behind it. What follows is an adventure that will change the classmates' lives forever. A journey across a dangerous ocean, in search of a new home, with only their instincts and each other to rely on. Can they master the ship? Can they work together and defend themselves against the unexpected adversaries they encounter on the way? Will they ever find land? You'll have to join their voyage to find out. A remarkable debut in the tradition of Gulliver's Travels and Lord of the Flies, The Defiant creates a world that's all its own, thrilling and wholly original, filled with strange energies and superstitious survivors, and dozens of moments you won't soon forget. It sounds really good. I love The Lord of the Flies. That's one of my favourite books ever. Studied it at GCSE and A-level, and it's one that I just sticks with me. Anyway, that's my to be read pile. It's quite big. Let's hope in the next 3 months I can get through it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Alright, bye.